What's up, everybody? Hey, we're on our next lesson with exponents. We're going to do multiplication of exponents, raising a power to a power. So part two of the exponent unit that we're doing. So first thing, EQ. How do I multiply exponents? Part two. Okay, so should be a question mark there. But on your notes, which make sure you go in on the assignment. There's a notes page. Make sure you take the notes as we go. Okay. When multiplying exponents, you add. Okay. We learned that last lesson. So if you did that, if you don't know it, go to the YouTube video, the last lesson. You can learn all that. But when you multiply exponents, okay, you're gonna add those exponents. So right here, now we're gonna be raising a power to a power. So we're gonna write this out. Write the expression out. Okay. So we have x to the power of 3 to the power of 4. So that's actually going to be x3 times x3 times x3, or x cubed times x cubed. Okay, so we're multiplying it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, if you multiply exponents, same base, you add. So that's 3, 4, 9, or excuse me, 3, 6, 9, 12. So it's going to be x to the 12th. So here's the property that we're learning today. When you raise a power to a power, you just multiply the powers. So you've got the base to a certain power, and you're multiplying that, you're raising it to a power, you're going to multiply the powers. So when you raise a power to a power, you multiply the powers. Okay? Multiply the powers. That's in your notes. So make sure you put multiply there. Okay, so we're going to do some examples here. We got 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 2. Okay, so we just multiply those powers, so it'd be 2, 3 times 2, okay, which would equal 2 to the 6th. Okay, right here we have x to the power of 5 cubed. So it'd be x 5 times 3 equals x to the 15th. If you want to know why, just go back to here. Okay, so you can see what that looks like. The expression is written all the way out. Okay, we got y to the negative 2 to the power of negative 2 to the power of 4. So it'd be y to the power of negative 8, which remember we flip that and will be 1 over y to the 8th. Okay, positive 8th. All right? Anytime you have a negative exponent, you just put it on the bottom of a fraction, 1 over. Okay, and then if there's any other positive exponents, you'd have those positives on top, which when we get into more complex problems, we'll get there. Okay, right here, we've got a squared to the power of 3, which would be 2 times 3, times a to the 3 times 4. Okay, so that's a to the 6th times a to the 12th. Now we add these, right? Because we're not multiplying power, so this would be a to the 18th power. 3x times 3x times 3x. Okay, and when you do that, it's going to be 3 times 3 times 3, which 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. So it'd be 27. X times x times x is x cubed. Okay, so with that, you get the property. You're going to distribute that power to everything inside. So we've got two different bases. So you have 3 and x. So 3 to the power of 3 is 27. X to the power of 3 is x cubed. Okay? So here's the property. You're going to evenly distribute that into everything. So that's why you get this. Okay, so now we're going to go through some examples. Okay, so with this one, we'll have okay, so you have negative 4 squared and x squared. So negative 4 squared is 16, x squared. Okay. Now remember, this is x to the power of 1, so 1 times 2 is just going to be squared. Okay, over here, we've got 5 squared and a to the power of 3 squared. So we're just splitting it up. So 5 squared is 25. Okay, and then this is going to be a to 3 times 2, right? So 25 a to the 6th. Okay? Okay, right here we're going to split this up. We've got our negative 3 to the power of 3. And then we've got our y to the 4th to the power of 3. Okay? So we know that negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. But then you're going to multiply it by negative 3 again, so you're going to get a negative 27. And then we've got y, and then 4 times 3. So it'd be negative 27, y to the 12th. Right there. Okay. Next one, we split it up. We're going to take this negative, since it's outside, we're going to bring it to the bottom. We won't worry about it till a little bit. So then we have 4 squared, and then we have b to the 6th to the power of 2. Okay, so 4 squared is 16. Okay, and then we got b 6 times 2, so b to the 6th to the 2, which is going to be 16 b to the 12th, and we bring that negative down, so negative 16. Maybe I curl that so it looks more like a 6. I don't know. 16b to the 12th. Okay. All right, on to the next one. We've got x to the 3rd to the power, raise it to the power of 4. We're going to distribute it. Then we've got that y to the 4th. Okay, so that's going to be x 3 times 4, and then y to the 4th. It'd be 1 times 4, really, because that's just y to the power of 1. So it'd be x to the 12th, y to the 4th. Right there. Okay? And then the last one, we've got a to the negative 2 to the power of 3. And then we've got b to the 4th to the power of 3. Okay? So this is going to be a to the negative 2 times 3, and then b to the 4 times 3. Okay? Do the math. So we've got a to the negative 6 and b to the 12th. Now, remember, this is going to go to the bottom because it's a negative exponent. We're going to make it a fraction. We're going to put it on the bottom with a positive exponent. So this is going to go to the bottom, and it'll be b to the 12th over a to the 6th. Examples. So we're going to evenly distribute this stuff. Okay, so this would be x to the 5 times 2, and then y to the 3 times 2, times x2 to the times 3, and then y 4 times 3. Okay, you do the math. You got x to the 10th, y to the 6th, times x to the 6th, y to the 12th. That's x to the 16, y to the 18. Okay? Just like that. All right, now we're going to do the same thing. We got x to the 3 times negative 3, and then y to the 2 times negative 3. All right, then over here we've got x to the 4 times negative 2, and y to the 1 times negative 2. All right, so it'd be x to the negative 9, y to the negative 6, x to the negative 8, y to the negative 2. Okay, and we're just combining those, so it would be what, x to the negative 17, y to the negative 8. So they're both negative exponents. So what we're going to do is go 1 over, put those on the bottom of a fraction and make them positive exponents. So that'd be 1 over x to the 17, y to the 8. Okay, boom. So all we did was we multiplied the powers, brought it down, did the math, so now we have all the powers and we're multiplying. So you just multiply the same base, x and x, y and y. And when you're just multiplying exponents, you just add them. So negative 9 plus negative 8 is negative 17. Negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8. Those are negative exponents. We put them on the bottom of a fraction, 1 over x to the 17, y to the 8th. Okay? Go ahead and pause that, take your notes. So the bottom of that practice sheet, I want you to go ahead and try to do that on your own. and then get into the actual homework, and make sure you turn that back into me. If you got any questions, make sure to email me. Have a great day.